Can you guys all see that?
Yeah, we can see it.
Oh,
I did that with my meeting with Anna and Juanita too.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start with updates. So fundraising, Naseem, you could go ahead and start.
Okay, hold on, let me start with Nicole's update. She wanted to mention that she's working on finals kits, so she's making little kits to like that are finals related that have like things like emergency and stuff like that. And then she's also said that she's getting in contact with school organizations that will take us as a philanthropy to help us raise money. And then Keegan said that so she's trying to have one last restaurant fundraiser in Gainesville, but she wants to make sure that the interns in Gainesville are going to be there, and we might do this in Tallahassee as well. So what she's thinking is that we're going to set up a poll to see like where people would want to go so that more people end up attending. And then for me, we just launched the Power Ball, so or the Empowerment Ball. And I really want to stress that, like, we really need people buying tickets and, like, mention it to your friends because, like, if no one buys tickets, it's never going to work. Like, I think I'm the only one that bought a ticket, and they're only $2. So, like, more people need to be buying them, and we need to, participate in this. But that's basically it.
Okay. Brittany was going to do the PR updates. I'm going to do them for her. She had a very legit emergency, and she cannot make it today. So basically for PR, the updates are that if everyone can please post about the VIP applications. Almost every application we've gotten so far mentions that they saw it somewhere on Facebook. So you guys, we can definitely send out like you should use in a blurb you can use, and all the interns can post about it. You can post, for example, like closed groups that we can enter, like if you're part of like a sorority, fraternities, some kind of service group or something like that. And you can still post on regular like UF, FSU, whatever pages, because the more we post on there, the more people see it. Those are huge pages, so constantly posting is not a bad idea. Besides that, we definitely, let's see, she said, okay, so we definitely want to see more posts about CWAB. So in general, she wanted to ask the community outreach and development interns if you have an event to please make sure that there's someone taking pictures and that somehow those pictures get to PR. The PR interns know to also contact you, but if you can send it straight to them, that will be very helpful. And then besides that, PR would also like that if anyone has any potential places that would be interested in doing the backpack sponsorship, to please contact them and we can talk about that a little bit further. In general, I just wanted to say if you guys have any updates that require kind of intern involvement, I can definitely send a follow-up email with all those details, which I will send all the VIP application information through there. Okay. So student chapters would be Claudia. You can talk.
Is it working? Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty much right now, most important update is board applications for all chapters. FSU has been having a lot of applications, which is really good. Just keep posting and stuff like that. But UCF and UF haven't had pretty much any applications come in, and the applications are due in less than a week. So I think it's really important that, like Safi said, that we have to post these things. Obviously, if we want to keep working for CBOB and help the organization grow, we really need new members and new people working. Not only is this should we advertise this to our schools, but any intern is open to apply. If you guys want to get a different side of CBOB or just try something new. So I think it is really important to get the post out there and like try to expand the idea of the board.
Next, we're going to go to community outreach. I'm going to go over that really quick just because it is 3 different cities. So for FSU, we have a CWAB location now. They went to their first volunteering event today, which involves reading with the kids. UF has their next event this Saturday, and then UCF has their next event on April 16th. So I would definitely, if you haven't volunteered with CWAP before, I would definitely encourage you to do so. They're very special events. So definitely trying to get to one before the end of the semester. And then I am CBOB, so Crystal and Alicia. You have to meet.
Okay, as far as IMC, Bob, Crystal, and I are working on a bunch of dot forms for the evaluations. We're going to look over those. We're creating ones for interviews for the scholars. I want to go over really quickly as far as the events. Lamaria, Keisha, Alexis, and Nicole, you guys are doing awesome jobs. Keep up the good work. I've liked to hear a lot about the trainings that you guys have been doing. We're working really hard, but make sure, like Tali said, that you guys are going to these events. Like, if you can go to events, it's nice that we have interns there that know the organization, that are able to help volunteers. Make sure you're going to those events. Yeah, and I got to talk to Matthew today, so shout out to him. He's a nice guy. Crystal, if there's anything you want to add.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we've been working with all the scholars, really well. We all new sponsors, so we are kind of working on setting up kind of scholarship handbooks so that the scholars know what kind of things are required of them. I don't know, just kind of like to help foster the relationship with their mentors as well. We were working on a peer mentoring program, but I think we're going to have to wait until the fall semester to start that, just because there doesn't seem to be a lot of interest right now. In addition to that, yeah, we're working on handbooks. We're trying to do evaluations for the scholars, sponsors, and then the nonprofit to evaluate each other. And I think that's pretty much it.
Bless you.
You can hear me? Yeah.
Then BFP. So Anna and Juanita.
So maybe we can I'll just say a general thing, and Anna, you can chime in. But as you all know, we had a trip that just got back from Cartagena just a few weeks ago. Anna and I were on it. It was really great. We had a great group of volunteers. The kids were amazing, and it was nice to get to work personally with Granitos de Paz, because Anna and I had never been to Cartagena. So we have a lot of really good feedback of things that we want to make better, and things that already are really great, and just new knowledge to kind of put into place for getting volunteers ready to go on these trips. And then that kind of feedback and information we got is now trickled down to the interns, who are awesome and who are doing work for Bound for Peace, and they'll tell you individually what that means for them.
Okay, it's Melanie speaking. You guys can't see me for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with the webcams here. But based on what Anna and Juanita have told us, and we've reached out to other volunteers as well, we've kind of gotten quotes and their personal experience and how they like the trip and stuff like that. And so I've given that information to Daniela for the internal newsletter, as well as Brittany, and we had the blog posted up yesterday, I believe. And so we're just still trying to reach out to more volunteers because we want to spotlight them, but some of them haven't gotten back to us, so I'm kind of trying to annoy them. And we also did the PR training with the PR team, and we want to get that filmed, I think. But Brittany knows more about that, but since she's not here, I can't really tell you more. Is Ray on this call? I can't even see anyone's faces.
Yeah, I'm here, but my video's going in and out.
Okay, yeah, I don't know, Ray, do you want to add anything more to that?
No, we're pretty much just... No, I think you said it all.
Okay, that's our updates.
Okay. Is that everybody? Because then we'll move on to the next thing. Or did you guys have someone else that wanted to talk?
Emma, do you want to say something? And then fundraising, just briefly.
Yeah, we are just preparing for the upcoming trips. So I've just been going through the online stuff and just making sure and making the improvements that the volunteers asked for, and just kind of making sure that we're making those improvements, but then also recognizing what we did correctly. So if you guys could just keep us in your thoughts, we are preparing for that season. So.
Okay.
Fundraising, did y'all want to say anything? BFP fundraising? If not, I
Yeah.
have one more thing to add.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Michelle, you can go ahead. Sorry, my voice is a little. It's like a little congested. I'm a little congested right now. Um, so we've been for the past couple weeks coming up with a list of ideas for fundraisers for the summer trips. We so far have a doc made up with, I think, 10 or 11 ideas. And what we were going to do is we were just going to put more details and research more about it, come up with like more details on the fundraisers individually, and then we were probably going to post a poll asking all the volunteers which they would prefer, because we felt like with the past experience with the spring break trip, we felt like it was probably better to just have a bunch of ideas instead of giving them 3. And so this gives them more of a leeway, and they could decide on which ones suit them better or which ones are easier for their locations, because I know there's 3 different locations. So we were probably going to get that started and see what people like, and I guess figure out things from there.
Yeah, a part of that was just saying like what's more feasible as far as like calling businesses and making sure that the ideas we have in regards to maybe like having business donations, that it would be okay to like sell the products, or for example, if we're looking to have it at a certain location, like just get an idea of how feasible each fundraiser is. So when we present it to the volunteers, they feel like it's something they can take on.
Okay.
I had one more thing too, just quickly about BFP. A new program within Bound for Peace that we're starting is called Friends of CBOB. You'll hear more about it, but basically, for those of you who have ever been on trips or you're about to go on a trip, there's lots of extra people that in the cities that we work in that help make the trip successful. Our drivers, the people that cook and clean for us, old past students that help us, and then obviously the scholars. So scholars are obviously already a part of CBOB, but we want to have a place for everybody else. So we're going to start a program that makes it so that we have their information, and so that the volunteers know exactly who they can go to and who they can talk to and who these people are when they're there. Yeah, that's it.
Is that it? I think it broke off at the end.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Okay, guys, so we're going to go into the next activity. We might need to improvise a little bit because I thought there'd be a lot less people on Google Hangouts and more people in person. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys really quick. You guys can see what it looks like. It's just a little icebreaker. It really shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. But basically what you're going to do is, for example, if you're in the library, we're going to play like telephone. So you're going to say your name and then a word that describes your experience with CBOB. So just one word that summarizes your experience as an intern, or even like on a trip, etc. In general, CBOB. Then you go to the next person, repeat it like regular telephone, and then they have to add their own name and word that describes CBOB, and then we will continue, and then each location will share what they came up with at the end. So the way this is going to work online, originally there was going to be a lot less of you online. I only have a list of the people I knew in advance. So I'm going to be posting that, like your numbers, onto the chat. But the rest of you just put your number in the chat, and we'll go from left to right is how you guys will play telephone on Google Hangouts. So Alicia to Anna, then Juanita, etc. Does that make sense?
On our screens, it's not in that order.
Okay, well, I can type out the order for you guys, I guess.
Well, just show your screen so that we can see what your order is, Tati, just like that.
Yeah.
But then you guys can't talk because it goes automatically to a meeting you're like, or well, you're starting, so never mind. Tati, you should be able to like hold your screen so that it doesn't go to someone else. I don't really know how to do that, but.
Well, you just call the other person over the phone and everyone will be muted during this activity.
Call the other person over the phone?
Yes, like it will be like legit telephone.
Like we're literally using our phone.
Because if not, you'll be able to hear everybody, and that defeats the purpose.
You're just communicating with one person, and then they have to relay all the people's information before them, and then their own.
Yes.
Is that right? Their names and their word or experience with CBOB, both, or just their like?
Yeah. So it'll be like, for example, let's say me. It would say, Tati Paz, amazing. Next person. So you should just have one word that describes CBOB so that it's more manageable.
Oh, there's numbers here.
Wait, what if you're on Google Hangouts on your phone? Does it still work?
Yeah, it'll just pause. Okay?
Yeah.
So are we doing this together or are we doing it?
Are you gonna post the numbers, Tati?
Here, I can, if you want, each person can just type in their number. That'll probably be faster than, because I didn't know all of you guys were going to be on here.
So who starts it?
Alicia calls Anna. Oh, I'll share my screen. Hold on. Sorry,
Alicia
guys.
calls Anna. Okay.
Alicia calls Anna. Anna
get ready.
calls Juanita. Juanita calls Lamaria. Lamaria calls Kishan, etc., etc., etc. Okay. I'm going to mute myself because then we're going to do it here. UCF does it there. FSU does it there. And then we're going to share in like 5 minutes. Okay? Bye.
Alicia, hurry up! What are you doing? Mary, is this your phone number?
Yeah.
Hello? What is going on? Where's the hang up with that one? Tell me more about that. I am so sorry to bother you, but can I please get face wash? Sorry. All this. You're in the classroom? Hello? Oh, okay, I was wondering, I'm like, what's going on?
Hey Tati, what's next?
Is everyone done on Hangouts?
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
No, I can't see the numbers or anything.
You have to open the chat. It's a little blue thing on the top. Where are you guys at?
I have it through mobile, so I don't know if it's.
Wait, hold on, you guys, hold on.
We're done.
Where? Why are you guys on the phone for so long? Keep it going, come on.
Tati, who do we tell?
What?
Who do we tell now?
Well, it was just you two, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to call us? We've been done for like 5 minutes.
Well, why did you say so?
But Hangouts, you guys pick it up. You guys are going too slow.
I don't know if they know who they should be calling. If you don't know, ask on the chat.
Bye.
how do you access chat through your mobile? Because I'm just seeing like who is added to the calls, and it says I can send messages, but like not that I've received any.
Okay, Tati's doing it in her room because I called her and passed ours on to her. So just patience. Tati, are you done?
No idea.
Almost. Are you guys done on Hangouts?
Yes.
No? Yes?
I still haven't
I
gotten a
think
call.
so.
Okay.
Amanda Gablehoff.
So are you gonna try to say all of them, Tati?
Yeah, if it's you, can start saying all of yours.
Wait, Hangouts people aren't done yet.
Oh, I thought you guys said you were done.
I feel really bad. I missed a whole
I
person.
think we're... Who hasn't gotten called yet? I think Ray
I
had.
haven't.
It's really
I
helping her.
haven't. This is Noemi.
It's very helpful.
Who hasn't? Say your name. Cause like,
Noemi. Michelle.
Melanie, did you get called?
I'm with Andrea, so like we called Tati, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she knows ours.
Okay, so Ray just has to call Michelle or Noemi. So we're just missing 2.
okay.
Who keeps vibrating? Are you done? I'm gonna move on.
Ray, are you done?
We're done.
I want one to die.
Ray, did anyone call Michelle or Noemi?
Noemi still hasn't gotten called.
I'm trying to call Michelle, but she won't answer.
I didn't get a phone call. My phone's right next to me.
Wait, is your number 302-1746?
No.
Okay, just kidding. Then I'm calling the wrong Michelle. Okay. That's awkward. Whoops.
Tati, why don't you start?
UF is gonna share theirs, okay? Ready? Alexis is gonna go. I'm gonna
Got this. I don't got this. All right. So, Madeline, last name.
Wonderful. Andrea Ortega, eye-opening. Tati. Tati, what's your last name? No, Pua. Starts with a P. Huh?
Means these.
I don't know what it means. Tati, last name, incredible. All right, Claudia Paula. Wonderful. Emmeline Deek. All right. Love. There you go. Tegan Murphy. Compassionate. Amanda. Gable. No.
Gable Hop.
Gable Hop.
No, is that wrong? That's right.
All right, Amanda Gable Hop, hectic. Alexis Crichton, stressful. This whole situation was stressful.
Wait, what was Melanie? Did you say Melanie's?
Yeah, Melanie
They
was.
called her Madeline, but yes.
Oh, Melanie's last name. That was what it was. I didn't get your last name. Was wonderful.
No.
No, it wasn't. That was me. No, that was you, and that was
You guys got mine totally wrong.
Aww.
Andrea was moneyless, and Melanie was eye-opening.
Marvelous. That's what I said. That's where that got messed up.
Alright, who's next?
F it's you.
Okay.
I mean,
Guys.
Okay. I'm doing it. Okay. Jacob. Fun. Crystal. Eye-opening. The theme. Empowerment. Empowering. And Jacqueline. Exciting.
Yeah.
Yes.
They paid attention.
Yay!
Okay. Who was the last person for Hangouts?
Probably.
I think it was me.
I'll go with Ray. If she didn't get to call Michelle, just do it.
Yeah. I don't know who said what, but I know some of the words are like inspiring, heartwarming, family, relationships. That's all I remember. We didn't like do names. I don't know. Sorry.
It's okay. The point of the game is to show, we do it with the little kids, and it's to show how much we all pay attention. So thank you for fulfilling the prophecy of the game. Alright, we're gonna move on. It's my turn, right, Tati?
Emmeline's turn. And Andrea. Okay, go.
Oh, well, I'm the first part. She's the example.
Yes.
Alright, so, it's weird you can't see me. Can you put the PowerPoint? Yeah. Alright, so we're going to talk a little bit about, we're calling this scrutiny and professionalism, but it's really loud. Sorry. And this is something that it's not just to one intern, like this is something we're all guilty of, including probably even me. Not probably me. So I just want you also to understand how important it is for next semester, and this is something that we're going to implement, as you'll see at the bottom with the interns coming in, and implement, ourselves as managers as well, that we want to let you guys know at all times before it hits social media. There's things that I find out until, I see it on our Facebook group. So I really, really would rather find out from you rather than at the moment that I check Facebook. So, correspondence, anything that you want to be sent should be first sent to interns@chbob.org. Then you can use GroupMe for reminders. I don't know if you saw that Tati can make a GroupMe event for extra participation. And always put it in our calendar, CBOB meetings and events, which you all should have as your account. This is something that was shared with every account, and it's a calendar that should show up on your phone if you have your email synced to your phone like you should, because you did that in the beginning. Oh.
It's working.
Hi.
Alright.
The webcam works. Okay. Just okay. Yeah. Okay, cool.
It's weird that it's
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. So, oh, wait, give us a second.
How do you mute yourself?
No, 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 right there. It's good. Okay. Just exit out of that. Okay, there you go. Okay, awesome. So basically, these are things that, if you're fundraising or you're, student chapters or you just got the okay to do a Zoomathon, first thing you're going to do before even putting the PR request in graphic design is to email interns. Hey, heads up, everybody. This is going to be happening. I would really love to see you there. Please reply or whatever. We're going to talk about how those emails are going to work because we're going to standardize also the way we communicate internally because it's really important. So let's say there's an event February 14, have a formal email sent out 2 to 3 weeks in advance, and then the following week have a group meeting reminder and finalize all RSVPs. Something that's really important, and we're also going to touch, you can't just tell people, hey, let me know if you can go. No, let me know by Friday at 5 p.m. that you can go. It's so much more effective than just, yo, let me know. Because they'll let you know in 2060. So you need to make sure that you're giving them kind of when you need that RSVP by. Otherwise, it's not effective. And this isn't just internally. It'll work for your emails as well. If you're recruiting volunteers, don't just be sign up for this event. Sign up by February, Friday, whatever, etc. It makes such a big difference for you to follow through. Now, if you're short and you need to extend it, that's always fine. But they're going to wait till last minute to RSVP no matter what. Okay? We have people who, for Bound for Peace all the time say they're going to apply, and they'll literally wait till 11:30 on the day it's due to pay their deposit and apply, even though they've, already fundraised or something, So it's just really important that you understand how important events or dates are. For the group meet, also just be aware that and the frustrations and the tension, leave that to us. I'd rather you guys be mad at me than have your peers be mad at you. So always use me and Tati and Anna and Juanita as a resource for buckling down. Not because we don't think you should buckle down, but a lot of the times if you're gonna if you're gonna get on someone, do it privately. And if you want to have an intervention or something, come to us so that we can do it with you, for you, or next to you, because it's really important that that you don't come off as strong, especially because some of you guys have never interacted, which we're going to change as well. So just bear with me. I'm just kind of hitting points, and we're going to touch about how we're going to fix all that in a bit. Also, if you really need an event for a lot of interns to show up, it is important to have a small poll before the event is created. And this poll doesn't have to be something crazy. Definitely I would suggest doing an email. You can literally Google poll and make a quick poll and then just have them fill it out. If it's not that formal, you can use GroupMe. Just make sure send a complete text message to the group. Hi everyone, all interns, please reply. Be specific. All interns at UF, please reply by tonight at 11 if you would be okay to attend a social, on said date. So make sure it's complete. Don't just be hey y'all, would you go to this? And then we're all saying yes, and we live in Mars. So be specific as you can, and then use your resources. Yeah, a perfect example, was for the Dance for Good fundraiser. We got information about it well in advance. We were repeatedly reminded via text and email and Facebook event. There was no absolute way that we could forget about the event. So she was able to know who was going and not weeks in advance. And with that being said, the power of no. Okay, if you're not gonna make an effort, don't just leave us hanging by a thread. If you know you can't go, if you aren't gonna make the effort to go, or or magically that day you're gonna have the flu, whatever, I don't care. I'd rather you tell us no from day one than not. Okay, the power of no is in your assignments as well. We've talked about this from the first day in orientation. When we assign you something, if you can't do it, you're better off telling us no right away so that we can reassign it, or that I or one of the managers can step in and take care of it. We get in trouble when you do it after the fact, and that goes as well with events. As soon as you hear about it, hear an email, let us know. Hey, I would love to come, but I can't. Or I really wouldn't love to come, but I can't. Whatever. At least you're letting us know ahead of time. And then, 2 days later, we're like, oh, well, no, none of our interns were there, Or if people ask me at the event, like, hey, where's this person? I'm going to be like, oh, as soon as they plan it, they told me they had prior commitments. Whatever. That's so much better than just leaving us hanging. So we're going to work our way through an example. Emmeline, your turn.
Did everyone hear that?
No.
Emmeline?
Can everyone hear us?
Hi. Just mute yourselves. Okay, can everyone hear me? Yes? No, they just muted, so no, I'm not gonna know. Oh well, I'm just gonna hope that you can hear me. So we're going to do an example fundraising event. So the example is CBOB Goes Skydiving. Today's date is April 33rd, 2055. And the event date is June 33rd, 2055 at 5 p.m. So Jump or Die Skydiving is giving 10% proceeds to CBOB. So we are going to start with Tegan, who is fundraising, and she is going to email all the interns at chbob.org with all the information about the event. So can you physically email all of us what I just said? And you can, yeah. And then, so we're just basically going through the motions of how everything should work, and then we're going to just talk about if enough information was sent, if we needed more, stuff like that. And Tegan, I can tell you what I just said if you need it again. Okay, so then after Tegan sends this email to us, she's going to send in a graphic request as well as a PR request. So for the PR requests, when you have those, make sure that you put the specific dates that you want it out. For example, let's say it's May 5th, 2055. Send that and say that's when you want the announcements to start, and then you want them reoccurring every Wednesday at 5 p.m. until June 1st, and then June 1st every other day at 10 a.m., and then count down the last 5 days at 2 p.m. So that's just to make sure that the PR interns have all the information and know when to send out the announcements about the event. And then also, Tegan will make sure to put the event on the main calendar so that everyone can see it, and so it's on our website.
Need any more information, Tegan?
It's on June 33rd, 2065.
2055, yeah.
The skydiving fundraising, is there a name?
Jump or Die Skydiving.
And something like, please, all interns, let me know by set date, a date you would like to know all the interns to let you know.
This is gonna throw all the people off who aren't here.
What was the name of it?
Jump or die skydiving.
That'll be fun. All the interns that aren't here. What's happening?
What year? That's why we made it 30:30 so no one was confused. We're not going skydiving, unfortunately.
I bet you I'll still
So then once that email is sent from Tegan, it will go to Amanda, and who is our graphic designs intern. And basically, what we want to make sure is that all the information you're receiving in your emails is what you need. So, yes. So do you want to elaborate more on that for just like, yeah. So Amanda's going to talk about the specifics of if you have a graphic request, what she needs specifically in order to get it done.
Okay. So for graphic request, I would really appreciate if you gave me the time where it's at specifically, like if you can get the right address. And if you want specific things in it or on it or colors, you can add that too. Also, if you want a specific image in it,
We lost audio. Can't hear you.
without modification, I can try to find one similar to it. Licenses are really important for images because if we don't use one that is licensed properly, we can get in trouble. That's copyright infringement. So that's really important, but most of you don't, so that's fine. I just wanted to clear that up. So yeah, but don't explain what the event is, just give me the basics of what needs to be done. I don't need to know like what's going on. It's great, I appreciate it, but I don't need that on the graphic because people don't want that. They just want the basics. So that's all I need in request. Thank you.
What is the modified thing you're talking about?
You can send an email. So then next, what? For FIU. Okay. Is she here? Okay. All right, Alejandra, you are next. So basically, same thing. Is there anything you? Hi. Is there any? is there anything that you need more specifically done when you get information, or are all the emails being sent the way you need it, or is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, I didn't get the skydiving thing. The skydiving email. Is that?
Yeah, she's still sending it, but just like in general.
Still working on it, yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
Well, usually the blurb of information is like super good, so like that's pretty much it. Maybe if you have any additional stuff that you'd really like to include, like yeah. Other than that, like they're pretty good. I like them.
Okay. Awesome. We just wanted to make sure that everything is going smoothly, if you're getting enough information or too much or just like that. So that's good. Okay, perfect. And then after that, Tegan would do a follow-up once a week with the interns on GroupMe, and then making sure that if people haven't responded to the event, that they respond to it in RSVP. And then she would also make sure that PR is continuously posting and it's not just a one-time thing, whether that's in the GroupMe or online. I don't like seeing myself.
Just for the broadcast.
Yeah, okay. Well, I just made a fool of myself on the broadcast, so fabulous. Okay, we are going to move on to tips and tricks. Andrea, would you like me to do this, or would you like to?
Yeah, you can do it. I'm going to post them in the chat, okay, so we can go along.
Okay. So, some tips and tricks. First, when you need everyone to reply to your emails, don't just say, please reply, because like Andrea said earlier, it's really... people are going to wait until the last minute, and if you don't give them a deadline, they're not going to ever do it. So a better way to do it is say, please reply by 5 p.m. on Thursday, March 31st, 2015. That way they know the date, the time, and they know what is expected of them. The biggest thing is to make sure that you don't have a reason, like, if someone doesn't know about an event, it's not because you didn't go through the proper steps. So you basically just want to keep reminding everyone, whether that's intern-wise or just announcement-wise, that they cannot forget about the event because you're constantly posting about it. Also, if it is an event that you really would want feedback and fast feedback, talk to Andrea or your manager about maybe having a raffle for those who respond. That way you can get a fast response and enough from all the interns. The next thing is to make sure that you have a proper subject line. When you just have people
You're breaking up. Can y'all hear her, or is it just me? No.
Can't hear her.
Your internet sucks.
meetings, and there's also save the date, which is just making sure that you know about all the events.
Emily, you're not because we didn't hear you.
All of it?
Just repeat the subject lines, how all emails should be addressed from now on.
Okay. So all emails from now on should have specific subject lines. So if you need something that is requires action, make sure you put action required in the subject line and then the title of whatever you're referring to. So this is just to make sure that all the interns reply within 48 hours so that they know what is going on. Then the second one would be FYI, and that's just a general information. There's no action or reply required. The third one is agenda. These are to be read before your weekly meetings with whoever sends them. And then the fourth one is save the date. And this is just all events before going to PR should be sent to the interns and have this in the subject line.
Yeah, I want you all to, the action required one specifically, be a little careful. Like, if you still want someone to RSVP, but maybe it's not within 48 hours, you can still do, like, a save the date, and then, at the end, just please say, please reply. Action required, it's in red, and, it requires something like, we have an opportunity tomorrow to win $10,000 if we get 5 interns to show up. That's, like, action required, like, you want everyone's answers. And, ideally, all emails should be replied to within 24 hours. We're giving those extra 40 hours, like this extra 24 just for, kicks, but should always be responding within 24 hours. And then this gives you guys, like, if someone doesn't respond, and that even includes me and Tati, like, you can give us a strike, like, even, I'm not saying that's going to lead to us being fired if you want to fire me, but, that'll definitely, like, we're a part of the team too. That's like a really big eye-opener, like, I'd love to, I love to receive one Monday because I know there's times where I forget to respond. So, holding us accountable as well, if you are counting on our answers as well, I think it's important. So definitely use it. We have a lot of stuff coming up, like, I would put action required for the medical clinic. When Tati has it all set up and she's recruiting volunteers, she has all the information and she's gonna expect you guys to be there to help her. So she can use those subject lines. So yeah, definitely try to get in the habit. These subject lines are just for us. We're gonna implement this as soon as the new semester comes in. I don't expect you to say action required in, like, our newsletters or, like, emailing a sponsor. Like, action required, give us $100. Like, that's not okay. But definitely within us, I think it'll help improve a little bit of our email communications so that, etc.
Yeah, and to build on that a little bit, don't just include like action required. Like say what it is, because if not, we're gonna have 100 emails that say action required, and you try to find something, and all you see is action required, but you don't know which action is required for. So definitely, like even general emails, like if you have a question about a PR request, don't name the email PR request, because we have probably thousands of emails that say PR request in our like inbox. So if I try to find it for some reason later on, it's happened to me before. I just can't, because it's named something too simple that isn't related to the event. So in general, it's not even just me. I think it happens to other people too. You can't find an email that's named something too simple. So be specific. Like if it's, for example, CWAB event, like CWAB bullying and self-esteem event, like the whole thing, instead of just CWAB event, because there's like 10 of those a semester. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. Okay, so now we're moving on to the next part.
We're running on time. You should be out in the next 10 minutes, guys. We're almost done.
Sorry. It's just because I moved the computer. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, so so the spring retreat is coming up really soon. Purple team. Okay, so not this weekend, next weekend. So just keep that in mind, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just kidding. I was like,
no, sorry.
So yeah, just want to make sure everyone, doesn't anything come like randomly up, like a random thing. So keep that in mind if you guys signed up. Just want to say a quick like overview. I'm getting the whole carpooling situation settled now because I'm still waiting for other people that are signing up like literally yesterday. So just wait for that email. It's coming up soon. Other than that, I just want to give everyone a heads up. It's going to be really fun. I prepared a lot of fun activities. I kind of tried to like take it back to old school, in 5th grade, how everyone had those field day events that you looked forward to like literally the whole year. So that's what we're going to do, just so it's kind of going to be field day with different...
Ya va a salir en 10 minutos.
What?
Oh. Sorry, I thought it was on mute.
So yeah, so we're gonna do a field day like tug of war and just really fun activities. So yeah, just be ready to be competitive. And what to bring? I mean sunscreen. If you want to bring anything in particular or have any questions, what to bring? There is an activity that you may get kind of wet because we're gonna be using like a sponge and stuff like that. I don't want to give the details. So if you want to bring extra,
you're not gonna get soaked.
Yeah, no one's gonna get like drenched. But if you do want to bring extra shirt, extra clothes, stuff like that, it is an overnight event. So just bring whatever you guys need.
I'm taking applications for Purple Team members. Okay, I'll send you all the link.
Yeah, right. Okay, so basically in general, like bring like kind of casual clothes, like
yeah.
We're going to be doing fun things outside most of the day. Then we're going to be going on the Chiva. Bring some, like, nicer. Like, you're not going to go in, like, workout clothes. But I wouldn't wear, like, heels or anything like that. It is a moving bus.
No heels. Absolutely no heels.
Okay.
Sorry.
Talia will send an email with more details, but just to give you a general idea,
it is a camping event, so pretty much just bring casual clothes for the day, and then at night it's just kind of like cuter clothes, I guess, but not like extravagant clothes, and then the next day you're leaving in the morning. So, but we are going to be in tents, so, I mean, running shoes, stuff like that, it's going to be during the day.
Off the record, what you guys paid for is simply the bus rental. This is a bring your own blah, blah, blah event. They don't ID. You just kind of put like mixers in the cooler. I'm just gonna close my eyes and pretend not to see it. So just
You realize this is gonna go on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I was trying to like.
whatever. I'm already on YouTube. It's fine. You guys are big kids, okay?
We'll send more details in an email. We need to move on. Bye.
One quick question. So it's tents or cabins? Or actual physical, like, tents?
Tents.
No.
Okay, all right.
The cabins were all booked. The cabins were all booked like for a year now. The stupid Dragon Boat Festival is happening.
Dragon what?
Yeah, it's a Dragon Boat Festival.
Dragon boat?
Yeah,
Provide.
really.
Or is it bring your own? Is it BYOT?
Okay. Do you guys have any other questions?
Wait, that was a question. Are the tents provided or that?
Yeah, we'll provide them.
Any questions over here?
I
How
have
many
another
tents are there?
There's gonna be
Should
enough.
be determined, but it will be enough.
Don't worry, no one's gonna be squished.
Yeah. Like, with that being said, like, if you have, like, special things you like to sleep with, like a special pillow, whatever,
That's
you're
all
welcome
you, Tati. Sorry.
What?
Wait, with that being said, if anyone does have tents and stuff like that we can borrow, that would be great, appreciated. But it's not required. Just saying.
If you donate tents, you get more food. Just kidding.
If you donate tens, you can pie Tati in the face.
No, why am I getting pied? No. I like eating pie, not having it in my face. Okay.
Is everyone
So
gonna
we're
know beforehand?
All right, Tati, read the disclaimer.
Wait, someone asked a question.
Yeah, that was my last question. Is everybody getting to know their team beforehand, or it's going to be announced the day of?
I like day of.
Okay, but I'm going to know who my team is?
That's all that matters.
Okay. So, next part. Okay. So, this is just a couple quotes from your evaluations. This is not to put anybody on the spot. We just think these are good examples of things that we can improve on. So some of them are, I feel as if the enthusiasm for the meetings kind of left after the first meeting. I think it should be mandatory to have a CBOB retreat before the semester starts. I personally found that during the trip and SO meetings, so standard operations, for fundraising, nothing was really done. It wasn't really used for brainstorming. Instead, it was mostly a recap of everything that was going on, which we typically got during our weekly meetings with the manager. I definitely think that this could be changed or improved upon. Maybe if different groups met, not just fundraising or just PR, more brainstorming could be done and it could be more efficient. So they proposed a way to fix that, so maybe to do this, we could set up a larger team under the fundraising director, much like we have done for PR. This way fundraising can get more tutorial time and be given more direction by a designated supervisor. The only reason I put 4 as coworkers are accepting and helpful is because of planning, blah, blah, blah. She always gives adequate time necessary to plan, but I have trouble planning a time that works for all with other coordinators it was a hard time finding times for all coordinators to meet, and sometimes it was last minute that this person was told or the time is already set and they were not available. Another feedback, very to the point, more interaction with BMP and standard operations. Okay, so basically here you are allowed to leave if you would like to. We would really appreciate it if you guys could stay, and what we'll be doing is just brainstorming on how to improve all these aspects. You can bring up any other points. We were just bringing a couple that stood out to us that we think should really be addressed. So if you have to study for an exam, whatever, you're free to leave, but we would obviously really like for you all to stay.
Or you can email us we're sending minutes of the meeting, so if at any point you get any ideas, feel free to email us by replying to the minutes email. And so
or even if you think about it, like afterwards, like a week before the summer internship starts, you have another idea. Always email us. Like we're welcome to feedback and on ways to make BIP better.
yeah, so I wanted to share with you a couple of the solutions if you're cool with it, Tati. I'm gonna share the screen. So, where is this? Do you have? I know. So a couple of things. I think it should be mandatory to have a CBOB retreat before it starts. That's lovely, but it's definitely hard enough to get you guys to even come to a weekly meeting. So it sounds simple, but it's really, really much more difficult. But I don't know if, like so far I've gotten good feedback from the blind dates. Did you guys have fun doing that? Some of you, maybe? Yes. Something like kind of forcing you to get to know each other. So we're definitely going to implement that as far as within that, either before orientation, which is when the real work starts, or during that first week, kind of pairing someone up. Or I know someone suggested that there be like a small dinner with all the cities, or a lunch within that first week, so that people in the same city. There was a perfect example, like I could be walking by, Turlington, and they could be my like fellow intern, and I wouldn't even say hi to them, So we're gonna definitely make that social aspect as important as that first orientation in the first week. Maybe the blind date, maybe the on-campus social when we send acceptances, set it up so that, because it's really important that we start implementing all this from the beginning. So we've also gone into the VIP contract and forms, which you guys all signed. And what I've added is an option to be able to order your polos, name tags. We order name tags. So like you can Sharpie in your name and position or print a little label, or we can do it for you. But we ordered like legit name tags for everyone, and we're making those mandatory. The rest are optional. So if you want business cards, polo, and then a chapter membership. So the chapters are going to be implementing memberships. It's going to be like $5 a semester, and some of the changes that are going to happen is that by becoming a member, they're going to get first dibs on Bound for Peace applications, VIP applications, and we're looking for other perks and benefits. So, for example, usually we open applications for the internship like a month before the semester ends. We can offer like an early decision timeline for those who are a part of the chapter, as well as like also, since we usually launch in September and people don't even apply that early anyways, we can have September to October only for chapter members to apply and, add that feeling of entitlement. So we're going to be adding all of this stuff into the contract so that as soon as they accept a position, because I can, every little thing matters. Like when I get my polo or I wear it, I feel more a part of belonging to something. So I definitely think it's important, wearing that logo. And so it's kind of, it's kind of silly to order it like 2-3 weeks into the semester when you might not use it as well as just ordering it. And it's a little bit more expensive because we're adding shipping, because it's been impossible to get your polos to you. So that's the only reason, the prices are more. I feel as if the enthusiasm for the meetings kind of left after the first meeting. So you'll see the minutes when we share them with you. We kind of prepared really well for this one, and we finished right on time. I think we were only like 5 to 10 minutes behind. So and I think that's our responsibility as managers to make sure, Tati sends weekly agendas to all her meetings. So all meetings are going to have this kind of like structure, because we don't like keeping you guys here for 2 hours. So, definitely having that structure come from us as well, and then always obviously having something fun to do. If we implement the social aspect to internships, we can always come back and do something like today we were going to do introduce who your blind date was. That was easy. Like you're all paired up with someone, but some of you guys aren't done with them because you technically have until Friday. So we ended up switching the icebreaker.
but definitely doing more of that. I don't know why we didn't do it this year, but we also used to play like Secret Santa and stuff. So those are also fun.
I have a suggestion for that.
And then Melanie has a suggestion for. Go ahead.
Okay, so I like the UCF interns, like I know all of them personally and I know we're a smaller team, but I think it helps that like I represent Bound for Peace at UCF. I'm the only person. And then we have Lemeria, Keyshawn, and Juan D like with standard operations, and like I want to stay in front with all of them, and I think if we ever put more interaction with BFP and standard operations, it helps knowing like at least one person from each part at your school. So I know we have like BFP people at UF and UCF, but I think it'd be helpful to like have someone at FSU as well, because I feel like it brings everyone together. And because like, I really honestly I love everyone at UCF, and I feel very comfortable texting them about everything, and I feel like that can help a lot with their internal communications and like bridging that gap between BFP and standard operations, because I do think that's a problem that we have, and it's been a problem since last semester, and I know we're working on it, but honestly I've seen very little improvement just because it's obviously a virtual internship, so I can't expect to like be BFFs with people I can see on like the webcam, but I think having like a BFP person for sure in each campus would help. Like it's a start to help bridge that.
I think going off of that, like what we see in Bound for Peace is like Melanie, you're the only one in Orlando, and then I'm so far, and then we have a few in Gainesville, but we are all still really close because we're like a smaller team.
Yeah.
To one another, it's like we have time to be more personal, and like you're saying with your people at UCF, like you're kind of a smaller group, so like I don't want to. I mean, it's great to do it by campus, but maybe also have like spirit teams or like groups of some sort, kind of like we're doing with the retreat, where like everyone has their team and it's like kind of competitive, but we're like getting to know each other like in our little group. And it could be work related, like we give each other updates or just turn to each other when we need something. But it's good to have someone to lean on. I mean, especially if like you're in your position, you don't have a person you share that position with. That could be really lonely and difficult, and I can't imagine like not having Anna. So maybe thinking about like spirit teams or like some other way to break people up into groups where like you have to meet with like random people who aren't just in your same position. And I think that can address too like some of the other brainstorming like funks that people get into of just like talking about what they're doing, but maybe actually brainstorming with people who are not in their position could maybe get like
And I think it also helps because you know some of our leaders are also in the chapter and have nothing to do with the MPO. So you know that's going to change a lot. Like our e-board members are gonna get treated and get as much interaction as interns. You know, we you know, it's kind of my fault, and I take full responsibility for maybe pushing them to do their own thing, and now they're like kind of like me, you know, alienated. But that's gonna change. Like we really have great leaders there and a great support system there, and just bridging that gap as well. So these socials can be with them too, you know. So whatever aspect we bring in, you know, we might only have control of like the interns making sure that we do our part, but including them and then holding them accountable so they can't turn around and say we're failing because the MPO is failing us, you know, that kind of mindset. Like we need to do our part always, because we are the face of CBOB, like national, you know. So and then you know like it's always better like you know if we had an arrangement. I don't like people to ever tell me like, oh, it didn't happen because you didn't do it or something, you know. Like if anything, I want to make sure you know that I did my part and that I led by example. So it's important for our interns to lead by example and participate in as much as they can. And then I think you'll be surprised how many people will follow. So yeah, I love the idea of somehow having some kind of like group interaction with all departments of CBOB, because I'm sure Amanda, if they didn't have the UF meetings, like she wouldn't have met anyone else, because she's pretty much a loner and only interacts with me and Tati.
I'm sorry. No, you're not a loner, but you know what I mean. Like your interaction is with the PR, like the graphic request form. And
It's like freaking out because it's disconnected.
like I don't mean you're a loner, but like I mean in your job, like
Andrea, we need to move on. We're about to get kicked out of the room.
we have 9 minutes. Don't rush me.
Yeah, they're already standing outside the door.
They can wait. Let me talk to
Do
them.
you guys have anything you want to share here? Or any ideas? Like, I'm not putting you on that spot. I'm just saying you can talk if you want to.
I really wish we could do like the retreat in the beginning, but as she said, it is unfeasible because it really would help with like knowing, getting to know everybody. Because like I'm like getting to know everyone at the end, which is
Yeah.
Or like having more CBOB dates, I think is really good because like Amanda lives not even like 2 minutes from my dorm. Didn't even know that, and like that's crazy because we work together, and I probably see her every day, and I didn't even know. So like I feel like having those dates early on and then like keeping up with it would like be really cool.
Awesome. Does anyone in Hangouts want to add anything?
see our part back there.
No?
Are you happy you shut me up now, Tati?
Now you have 8 minutes to talk as much as you want.
No, wait, I've been taking notes, but I'll email you just because we only have 8 minutes, and I'll let Andrea talk. So.
No, Alicia, you can talk. I have all this written down. I have all my stuff written down.
No, I mean, I still have to mull. I'm a muller. I have to mull a little bit and write it out. So I'll email you.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll put all these changes directly onto that first orientation social requirement to the interns coming in. How many applications are we at, Tati?
Oh, I don't even know. Probably close to 15.
I do want to make just a small shout out before we hang up. When you guys interview, these people, I expect you could be in underwear, but I expect full polo, makeup, hair nicely done when you guys do these Google Hangouts interviews. And obviously, if you're gonna be in underwear, don't get up. I'm just saying, like, you and Google Hangouts have got to be top notch, and you cannot be late. And technical difficulties are not excusable. Okay, like this is not a time to play. Not with the interviewers.
I'm sorry. What interviews are you talking about? My thing went out of
We
focus.
haven't discussed that at all yet. But basically, how you guys went through the interview process, that the intern in the position you were applying for interviewed you, now you guys are the people interviewing them. So whenever you're doing that interview, like they got the same speech, you need to look very professional because you are representing the organization at that moment. And so you need to have a place with reliable Wi-Fi so that you can hear them and they can hear you. You definitely want to look professional. It's happened to me that someone showed up in like a tie, like a button down, almost like a suit, and I felt inadequate just in my polo. So definitely look very professional, just so that you feel good and you also represent the organization well. And we'll go over more details of that later on. But that is something that's coming up. And everyone will do an interview. Like, you guys are splitting it up in between your teams, but everyone's doing an interview. Like, I shouldn't see the same person doing 5 interviews. You definitely want to split it up. I'm going to be sending out, like, the document that you guys saw, now you guys are filling it out the opposite. So it'll be just like that, and it's a requirement. There was no way that I could do it that it wouldn't fall on anyone's exam week, and that it would still be close to summer, but not like the week before. So it is going to fall during someone's exam week. When I'm doing interviews, I have like 4 exams that week. So you guys have it hard, so do we. Everyone needs to pull their weight those 2 weeks to make sure that we get the best team that we can for the summer. Okay. We'll go in more detail later. But does anyone have anything to add or questions or something? Yeah, we have like a line forming outside our door. Like, what the heck?
That's fine. Meeting adjourned.
If you want to add anything, this is also for the people that are going to be watching this later. Please email me and Andrea or Anna and Juanita too. If you have any feedback that you would like to see implemented in VIP in the future. Cool. Bye guys. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.